Behar, co-host of The View for Now, completely unhinged, comparing President Trump to Iranian dictators. Listen to this.
It's not apples and apples. It's not equal. But we're on a very slippery slope in this country toward throwing democracy out the window every single day.
We have to defend the freedom of the press and civil rights here.
We do, but we're not being stoned in the street for being gay.
Not yet. They're completely...
Not yet.
Not yet. Fox News contributor Tommy Lahren here to react. She joins us right now. Tommy, out in Los Angeles. So we heard Meghan McCain say, you're not being stoned in the street for being gay. And then Joy Behar said, no, not yet. What does that say to you?
Well, I don't expect anything else from this group of women. I'm happy that Meghan McCain stood up for what was right and she interjected, because that can sometimes be very hard to do on a show like that. But to Meghan McCain's point, just to reiterate what she's saying, the fact that Joy Behar can sit there on that stage, on that cushy stage, and speak out against a sitting president and doesn't have to be on stage wearing a burqa, can be on camera doing what she's doing, is exactly what I'm talking about. It's indicative that what she's comparing President Trump to Iranian dictators, absolutely ludicrous, but she can't see it because Trump derangement syndrome is in full effect, and that's no more present than on The View day in and day out.
Well, the Iranian women are fighting for their freedom. They're fighting for food, and they're fighting for freedom. And the Women's March protesters here in America, many conservatives are saying, where are they now? You know, they were protesting when President Trump was running. Linda Sarsour, she tweeted out this. She's calling out conservative women, saying that Muslim women executed, raped in mass in Burma, not a peep out of conservative American women. Now they are all up in arms on #Iran. Selective outrage is not a good look. Now, aren't they having selective outrage, though? They're not protesting these women and how they're treated in Iran.
Well, let's talk about the Women's March protesters. They were protesting against Donald Trump. They were wearing pink hats. They were saying F Donald Trump. They were marching in the streets for free birth control. Now we've got women in Iran actually standing up for more rights, more speech, more information, for a better life. And somehow that is not women's rights. They're not coming out in mass to support that. And also, we've got a sitting president, unlike President Obama, who is supporting the protesters in Iran. Where are the feminists out to applaud him for what he's doing? This just goes to show it's not about the actions of the president. It's not about the message of the president. It's just about being anti-Trump, no matter what he does, even if he's doing something that they should fully support.
Tommy, it's just kind of amazing because their message would be so much stronger and their power so much greater if they would just do what you said, because it would be impossible to marginalize them into one point of view. They'd be speaking for 50% of the world's population instead of 50% of our political process.
It's nothing more than anti-Trump. Every protest we've seen in the United States of America has just been anti-Trump or anti-America. Meanwhile, in other places around the world, people are rising up for more rights, more speech, and this president supports it. When the left is able to get on board with that, maybe they will see the light, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Maybe.
All right. And the final thing we wanted to talk to you about, Tommy, you know, the Philadelphia QB, Carson Wentz, he posted something on social media a couple of days ago where he showed a picture of his dog. There's the dog as a puppy, screen right. Then screen left, it shows how the dog had grown up to be a great hunting dog. And as you can see, it was a successful day hunting. A number of people online found that picture on the left offensive because of the dead birds. And then he defended himself by tweeting out, appreciate that, but offensive and controversial. Two of the main things I tweet about are Jesus and hunting. That's what I'm passionate about. And that won't ever change. When you love something, you talk about it. Stay convicted about it, and don't worry what others think. What do you think?
Well, good for him. It's nice to see someone in the world of sports and entertainment finally coming out and being able to stand up for themselves in a way that's very proud, very American. And let me just say, this just goes to show how the left and liberals have gone off the deep end, because they are now so offended by hunting, which is an American tradition, by the way, in many parts of this country for both Democrats and Republicans. And also, need I remind them, hunting, conservation efforts, biologists, for these leftists that love science so much, biologists and conservationists encourage hunting for population control and to keep the planet and to keep animals healthy and able to sustain themselves. So I don't know where the science-loving left is on this one. Apparently, they're just too busy being offended by everything.
I know Willie Robertson, if he's up right now, would be standing and clapping.
Sure. He probably is right now. Let's listen. Can't hear.
Can't hear.
Down in Monroe. All right, Tommy, thank you very much for joining us on this busy Thursday.